You could be larger than life. You could be larger.
Well, hello again. Welcome to Live Life Driven. Thanks for tuning in. Going to be a really brief show today. As I've suggested in the past, I pick up some tidbits throughout the week and things that I think are of value for you to hear and listen to. And I'm on this, I guess it's a daily newsletter from Andy Frisella over at First Form. If you haven't connected with him on his podcast, The Real AF, I would definitely recommend it. But I was reading through his newsletter today, and he's talking about, age and jump starting and where you're at and, having the patience to start and become something that you want to become. And, it just reminded me that when I was, just after I'd turned 50, I've had a great career, been very satisfied, but I had new goals in mind, and those were to move up here to Montana and start a life up here with my family and really focus on raising my kids. And, that doesn't sound too crazy, coming from California, I guess, up to Montana where not a lot of people are and it's a lot of farmland. The lifestyle is much different, but in terms of making a move and a career change, it's not necessarily, earth-shattering, revolutionary. But what is mapping that out, putting a goal together and what your life would look like and how you would make money or advance your career. And I wasn't in a position to retire 100%. I've been fortunate to have a little bit in the savings and ability to not work as hard, but I definitely wanted to come up here and make money. So I put together a game plan to work remotely through business consulting, life coaching, and this podcast that you're listening to. And here I am over a year later, living in Montana, living my dreams, spending time with my kids, and to be quite honest with you, making a very good living in the process through my business consulting. And I want to tell you that because I think it's important that if you have goals and desires in your life, that you can achieve them. And it doesn't matter what age you are, where you're at, and what you're doing. Don't be afraid to cut the ties with your current situation. Take a leap of faith in yourself and your own abilities and who you are as a human, and go out and chase those dreams. I did, and here I am a year later, proof that if you put together a plan, you focus on it, you be patient, persistent, you will achieve that goal. And I've said for many years, the famous quote from Mark Victor Hanser is, "What you believe is what you will achieve." And I sincerely believe in that quote, because if you can change your mindset into believing in yourself on a daily basis, you can become what it is that you desire to become. And I don't just say that lightly. I say it because I'm living it, and I want everybody to be living their dreams. As a life coach, I hear a lot of people's stories, goals, and desires, and I see some people achieve that through some hard work, and I see some people just get frustrated because it doesn't happen fast enough, and they drop away, and I don't hear from them anymore. And it's unfortunate because a lot of times they're right on the cusp of becoming something special or doing something big. So with that, please, why not was the title of Andy's newsletter. Why not you? So get after it. I've got another guest coming up on The Answer is Yes. Her name is Pam Christian, and I also received a newsletter from her. And this is a great tip that I'm going to pass on. I'll read some of it to you so that you have an idea of where her head's at. And a lot of this I believe in myself. So it says new mindset, new results, right? Set yourself up for success with 10 easy steps. Get up early. Now, I got to tell you, last year or through the winter up here, I was getting up at 4:45, 5 a.m., getting my workout in, getting my diet in, starting work 6:30, ahead of the game, hours ahead of everybody else on the West Coast, feeling great about myself. And I achieved so much as I kicked off this business. And I'll be honest, I'm not getting up early anymore like I used to. I'm getting up at 7, 7:30, 8. And although I have the advantage still of being an hour ahead of California time, I know that I could be so much more productive if I were just getting up those couple of hours earlier. So give yourself a little extra time every day. Get up early. Keep a glass of water at your bedside and drink it before you go to bed. Your body and mind will thank you. I've learned through the 75 Hard program, drinking a gallon of water per day, how much value that water brings to me and how much better I feel. It does help flush out the toxins in your body. If you have diet issues, it can help keep you full longer. And not to mention that hydration is such an important part of physical fitness and your own health. Name 3 things you are grateful for. Now, I do this exercise every day, but I write down 5 things in the morning, and I try to repeat those at the end of my night. And those can be simple things like your family, your job, a roof over your head, the ability to be healthy or exercise, all these things. But you'll realize when you get up, if you can name things that you're grateful for and you start your day off with gratitude, your day is going to be much better because as you interact with people, you'll realize, hey, I'm grateful for things. Her next point was meditate. It's not something that I do or have done. I find my meditation in my running when I'm out alone and just I'm there with my thoughts. But there's nothing like clearing your head through meditation, and that's something I'm striving to learn how to do at some point. Set your intention for the day. I've talked about keeping a yellow pad of notes on my desk. So at night, I write my goals out for the next day. The next morning, I've got exactly what I need to do for the day. And then at the end of the day, I cross off all the things that I did. I start a new page, write down the things I didn't do, and then add to that. And to me, it really sets my intention and what's important for the day. And if I achieve those things, I'll actually put a star next to the really important things. If I achieve those, I realize that I've set aside my objectives for the day, and I can move on to spending time with my kids or my family or go and do something without that guilt of feeling I didn't follow through on the objective. So set your intention for the day. Read or listen to something inspirational. Well, there's so many great books out there. I just read David Goggins' book, Can't Hurt Me, and if you haven't read that, I would definitely suggest picking that up. It's one of the best books I've read in a long time. I also try to listen to things that are positive, not so much news anymore, but and negative music or bad shows. I really try to focus on positive things, so I think that's really important. Exercise, get your body moving. I'm going to be starting 75 Hard again next week. I think I'm going to start on Tuesday and really get back after my own physical exercise. I've always maintained a certain level of health. As many of you have heard or know, I've raced Spartan competitively the last 3.5, 4 years. Due to COVID, they're closed for the rest of the year, so no Spartan racing for me. But doesn't mean I can't exercise and be healthy, so I suggest the same for you. She's got, give yourself a pep talk. You are enough. Remind yourself of this with a few I am affirmations each morning. Well, it goes back to, setting and things that you're intentional for the day, but also things that you're grateful for, but reminding yourself, hey, I can do this. And I think it's important to feel positive about yourself. Do something for someone else. Well, that is something that I try to focus on every day with my efforts with the orphanages down in Baja. But, sometimes simple things like a text or a call to somebody you haven't spoken to and reminding them that you're there for them or giving them a compliment, buying that person a cup of coffee that's behind you in line or just lending a hand. Do something for somebody else. It's through us that we're able to help other people. And by working through us, we not only succeed, but we can help others succeed. And then finally, schedule some time for yourself. It's interesting, going back to Andy Frisella, part of his daily regimen is to give 20 minutes of every day to himself, doing something that doesn't cost any money or any effort, but just something he can enjoy for a few minutes and disconnect. So for me, I aspire to ride my horse for 20 minutes a day. I haven't done that yet, but that's something that I can go out and do. It doesn't cost me anything. It's right here, and I really can disconnect with the world and focus on enjoying a few minutes of me time. So I hope those are 10 good hacks. Get up early, keep a glass of water, name 3 things you're grateful for, meditate, set your intention for the day, read or listen to something inspirational, exercise, give yourself a pep talk, do something for someone else, and finally, schedule some time for you. Thanks for listening and tuning in to the Live Life Driven podcast. Look forward to hearing from you soon.
It's up to you, the door is open wide. Feel the rhythm of today, learn a part and join the play. The world is here, let's take it for a ride. You could be lost.